Good night, ladies and gentlemen, to our online viewers. Welcome to Pier 57 and welcome to the Grenada Football Association's annual prize giving ceremony, which would officially close our 2025-2026 competition season. Tonight is a very interesting night. Very special, very amazing. Very exciting, I would say, because we have lots of amazing categories. We have lots of amazing prizes. We have the support from our amazing sponsors who basically making this event possible. So we're really grateful. My name is Renee Wilson and I would be co-hosting this interview along with my esteemed friend.
Javon Bartholomew.
Yes.
Of course.
And it's a pleasure to be here tonight.
Definitely a pleasure.
What is your impression?
Well, it's always a pleasure being here at Pier 57. I think when you come into Pier 57, you have to put on your best and you have to bring your A game. Pier 57 calls for a lot of the best dandans that you have in your closet.
That's true. You have to go in the closet and sift for that.
Exactly. And
looking at
the people who are here so far, they're definitely not disappointed. And you yourself, Renee, you look lovely tonight.
Oh my God! Thank you.
So we're on for a night of awards, a night of celebration. The GFA season is a very long one, and at the end of it, we like to acknowledge and celebrate the players, staff, the teams, and everybody who is involved in football in Grenada on a whole. We like to give that sense of appreciation and show them that we appreciate them, you know.
Absolutely.
So this is what tonight is about. This first segment, we'll be doing some interviews. So we're going to be talking to some of the same people that I just mentioned, asking them a few things about what the season was like, you know, and a few other things. So we'll have a nice session.
Yes, and to just get a general feedback about the ambience of the environment.
Definitely,
I mean, Pier 57 is. I mean, if you've never been to Pier 57, make sure that 2026 doesn't pass by without being here. I mean, the ambience is good, the food, the staff, they have a really positive attitude to service.
And you know what, Renee? When you come to Pier 57, you have to eat and drink a lot because you want a reason to go into the washrooms. When I go into the washroom, I'm telling you, you would not want to leave. You'd love it. You'd love it in there.
You don't want to leave the washroom. And they recently upgraded, you know, having a manicure, a pedicure station.
Yeah,
they also have hockey and football and
pool tables.
You
have a barber in the male washroom. And I tell you, when you go in, you know, and I always say that when you go in there, the only thing you're missing is a bed. That's the only thing you're missing.
Exactly. So, and you could also charge your cell phone in there, so you don't have to worry about your cell phone dying. Yeah,
the owners have really done a really
so kudos to Mr. Patrick and his entire team, and to Raquel, of course, and Donnie and the entire staff for firstly accommodating us and ensuring that the event was set up, you know, with our vision in mind and with so much things in mind.
The ambiance is nice.
The ambiance is amazing.
Nice. The food here is definitely amazing as well.
It can't get any better than this. I mean, if it could get better, I would really like to see what better looks like.
It would take a lot.
If we have this now at this point.
It
does.
But speaking of great things, Renee, I think the Grenada Football Association has to be commended as well.
Absolutely.
For putting on what was a great season. We have had so much that has happened throughout the season, and so much things that we can celebrate, and so many things that we can be grateful for. I think every year the Grenada Football Association keeps growing from strength to strength, and we see a lot of good things happening. And so that's why we're here tonight to, like I said before, to celebrate, to acknowledge, and to just give people their flowers, you know.
Absolutely. And speaking about achievement, the Grenada Football Association, historically we've done good, but I would say within the last 4 years we've done even better. And we have a president, kudos to Mr. Glean, big up your whole self. Very passionate about football development. We've had many significant projects. We've seen us climbing the FIFA ranking table. We have our technical center. We're officially starting construction February 1st.
That's going to be happening soon.
That's going to be exactly, and that is at Simone in St. Andrew. And the technical center, the construction is a good for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. for the countries in our immediate environment, because then we have more access to playing football. We could dictate scheduling games. Right now we're competing with other sporting organizations for pitches and to be able to train consistently. So can you imagine us having our own pitch to be able to play own games and to call the shots?
And in order to develop, Renee, we need facilities like that. We definitely need facilities, because when our players go out there to play, that's the kind of facilities that they're getting. So when they become accustomed to facilities like this that we're going to be doing in Simoon, they're better able to adapt to conditions on the outside.
Absolutely.
So they're better able to perform and showcase what Grenada has, and we definitely have a lot of talent here in Grenada.
We do, and I think for me, and I think many people could say the same thing, historically we've had a lot of foreign-based players, but now in the last few games we've seen a lot of more locally based, born and bred players playing, and we've been doing well. We won 6 games consecutively before
that Jamaica game.
And
even in that Jamaica game, Renee, I think we played a really good game.
We did. Despite the score, we played an amazing game, and kudos to the coaching staff, kudos to everybody who were behind our respective national teams, doing their best and making sure that we get to where we want to. We also have our senior women's right now. They're in Nicaragua. Playing in the CONCACAF qualifiers. So to Director Thomas, Melanie, and the entire team, Coach Platts, and everybody else, best wishes to you, and know that we're rooting for you here at home. Give it your best shot, and know whatever the score is, it's a win, because definitely our players would get the experience, they would learn, they would get the exposure. And of course, they would become better players, both on and off the pitch. Because even if you're playing football and you don't really get to where you want to on the pitch, but off the pitch, off the pitch, there are many
there's a sense of holistic development that comes with sports and all that.
Absolutely. So kudos to them. And, we also have our grassroots program, which is coming full on stream. That is another highlight, because of course, in order for us to succeed or to get to the developmental stage where we want to, we have to start at the grassroots. Exactly. So we have all the grassroots centers. They already received a lot of equipment, and we're excited. The kids are excited. When you look at the grassroots sessions, you could see the numbers keep growing. And that's last cycle, and we know this cycle it would be bigger and it would be better. We also have our TDS, our Talent Development Scheme program that's currently running. We've covered areas such as Fort Playing Field, we've covered Bellevue Playing Field, we've covered Moncton Playing Field, and we're going back to Fort actually this Saturday. Well, today is on Saturday.
Today
so
Saturday. So it's next Saturday?
They were in for this Saturday actually.
Okay, nice.
And then next Saturday, I believe will be in St. George's. So it's amazing. Every Saturday we endeavor to go to a different village, because of course sometimes when we focus on centralizing everything, we miss the talent in the rural areas. So the focus is now to go into these pockets and to ensure that we identify the relevant talents, to train them and to harness their skills, and to ensure that we're able to feed them into the national team, into secondary school football, into club football,
so it's a
and
progression.
The whole nine.
It's
Exactly.
And I mean, a lot is definitely happening at the Grenada Football Association. A lot of development, as Renee spoke about grassroots, and like she said, in order for us to have a really nice system, and a smooth transition, we really have to start from the smaller ones and bring them up, with whatever ideas that we may have and how we want to play as a Grenada Football Association, as a team. Absolutely. And so grassroots definitely important.
Another important area, we have the Referee Academy. Again, that is another program for 2026. And just as grassroots, referee is important because they are the driving force behind football, the game. A referee could either make a break, make a break, and if you have, your referee, for want of a better word, bad, you make some bad calls, it affects the whole morale of the team, right? And of course, given the lucrative prizes behind the Premier League, especially all the leagues, but the Premier League, for example, we want people to continue the momentum and to have that vested interest. So it's important to develop our referees to ensure that they're trained and have the necessary skills and experience to be able to ensure that they manage a game and they give a good account of themselves.
Because like we said, the game can't play without referees, but having referees is one, but having good referees is another thing. Yes. So kudos to the Grenada Football Association for putting a lot of effort into developing our referees and developing all aspects of the game of football here in Grenada. But of course, Renee, football or anything as a matter of fact can't happen without sponsors, because they really help competitions, such as what the Grenada Football Association would put on every year to function.
Absolutely.
And so we must acknowledge some of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
All of our sponsors, in fact. And so our sponsors are Caribbean Alliance Insurance, Wagiti Rentals and Sound Company, Ariza Credit Union, Nexa Credit Union, Antillean General Insurance Company, Pegs Enterprises Limited, Nirvana Health Spa, Answer Coatings Grenada Limited, Nawasa, National Lotteries Authority, Carib Brewery Grenada Limited, LL Ramdani and Company Limited.
Yes, and also not forgetting Blast CBN Grenada Limited. Yes,
definitely can't forget
yes,
Blast.
yes, of course. I mean, it's amazing, like you just indicated, without the sponsors, I mean, we possibly could not have had this award ceremony, because to put on something like that is costly, and we're already pumping a significant amount of funds into football development. So we're really grateful to all the sponsors who contributed. If you haven't contributed this season, we definitely will be coming to you next season to partner with the Grenada Football Association. And it's not just supporting us, but knowing that when you support us, it is a positive representation of your organization, of your commitment to development, I mean, of the values within your organization, and just your own desire to see football grow across Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So just remember, corporate sponsorship, it's really important. So we're speaking directly to you, the corporate sponsors who are online. We're speaking directly to you. Just know that the Grenada Football Association will be reaching out to you, will be coming to you, and we would not be accepting any no's. So dig a little deep. It's still only in 2026. Dig a little deep in your financial budget, and even if we don't call you and we possibly maybe miss you, give us a call, 440-9903.
Show that interest. Let us know that you want to be a part of what happens at the Grenada Football Association.
Exactly.
Renee, that brings me back to the conversation we were having about development. The more we develop everything across the Grenada Football Association and football in Grenada on a whole, it means the standard would be higher.
Absolutely.
And when the standard is high, people would want to come on board and they would want to be a part of what is happening, whether it be sponsorship, whatever it may be, to partner with the Grenada Football Association to help football in turn to be better in Grenada. So like Renee said, we'll be coming to you, and we're not taking any no's.
Yes, and as you speak about development, last year we had 10 sponsors, and this year we have 13.
That's
so
good.
It's an improvement.
It's
we
an
have,
improvement.
And so hopefully next season we probably have 30 on board. So yeah, it's amazing. We just saw one of our corporate sponsors walking in,
Okay.
that's Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, sorry, and we must also include that we'll be awarding 9 corporate sponsors who've been consistently supporting us over the years, and it's really what word should I say? It's amazing. It's beyond amazing, but it's important that when we get that type of support, that we recognize them. And it's also important to highlight that it doesn't matter, like could be a last minute call. Sometimes we don't even call them, and they say, oh, we know that you have this coming up. What do you need? Like, that is amazing. That's commendable. And I mean, I can't find the right words to really encompass that feeling, but it's really appreciated from the Grenada Football Association to highlight those sponsors. And if I may mention them, they're Grenada Bottling Company, Supreme Graphics Design, True Blueberry Resort. Let me tell you, we probably need a whole segment for True Blueberry Resort, because when we have football games, specifically we have to host our teams, and we also have to accommodate the visiting teams. We have to accommodate the referees and all the match officials. Yes. And it doesn't matter what True Blueberry Resort have going on at the facilities. Let me tell you, I mean, that's the most elasticity I've ever seen. Like they bend, they move,
they do whatever it takes
to ensure that they accommodate the Grenada Football Association. So Mr. and Mrs. Fielding, Lyntia, Keisha, the entire management team, the entire staff, kudos. Congratulations, big up yourselves. And it's also important to highlight that, though that company, it's, they're local, they're and they pump money back into the local economy by simply sponsoring the Grenada Football Association and
so
getting
many
involved
other
in
things.
so many
So
other
many
things.
other
So
things.
we're really grateful. Take a pin from True Blue Bay Resorts page and know that, you know, it's possible. It doesn't matter the size of the organization. It starts with, you know, just partnering in some way, form or fashion. It doesn't always have to be financially, because we need so many other resources.
Partnerships can
Partnerships,
happen
exactly, in so many
ways.
different forms. We also have an ongoing partnership with Answer Coating Grenada Limited. I'm not sure when last you passed at our main office, but we gave the building an entire facelift. Yes, the color now is popping. Right. So if you pass there, and even to our online viewers, when you pass by the Grenada Football Association's headquarters and you see that popping color, just know that that was possible because of a partnership with Answer Coating Grenada Limited. And we're really grateful to them for partnering with us and ensuring that we're able to take on such. I mean, when I saw the costing of that project and without support, I was in awe. Like, I never thought to just simply repaint.
That was huge.
It was huge. It was definitely huge. And we're really grateful for that support from them. We also have an amazing support, consistent partnership with Glenelg Spring Water. You know, they provide water for our office, for all our national teams. When we have games on the training days, we also get support from them, and that is another very commendable. Water is essential for life, of course, and if we're not properly hydrated, you know what can happen as athletes. Exactly. So we're really grateful to Glenelg, to Answer Coating, to True Blue Bay Resort. We also Grooms Beach and Villa Resort. They also accommodate us when we have our players and officials needing accommodation. They go beyond the call. Point Salines Hotel, kudos. I mean, it's amazing, it's exciting, it's appreciated greatly to be able to speak highly of our corporate sponsors who, time and time again, support the Grenada Football Association. Going places, travel is another big one.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm not sure.
Sending entire teams to different countries all across the world to play, it's not cheap.
It's not. And when you see these invoices come in, and you know, people tend to say, and that is another misconception, that the GFA gets so much money and it's like, you know, we're not doing anything. We get money, but we spend money.
Definitely.
Imagine sending an entire team to Nicaragua to play a tournament, and we have to pay for that accommodation and everything. It's a lot. So going places, they always support us. They ensure that we book the tickets, even when we're not in a position to pay them up front.
Really?
They accommodate us. So
Miss
Allison,
that's good partnership.
yeah,
That's
man,
good.
absolutely.
Really good
So Miss Allison and the entire team at Going Places, thank you a million. And I know we always express the gratitude and thanks, but tonight at Pier 57 we'll be officially solidifying our appreciation and partnership with you by presenting that token of appreciation and showing that it is possible.
And you know, Renee, you could never stop saying thanks or showing gratitude for whatever people have done, you know, and like you said, they've been doing a lot. So I think this is probably the least that we can do to say, or the Grenada Football Association can do, to say thanks and to show appreciation for what they've been doing for so many years. Like you said, they've been on year after year after year and continuously giving and supporting and ensuring that we have a good thing going here at the Grenada Football Association.
Yes, and the final two corporate sponsors, we have Creative Chef and Tropical Catering Services. I mean, we have a lot of seminars. We have games. We have to provide for the referees. We have workshops where we need catering services, and they're always, you know, willing to work with our budget. If we have an event where we said, hey, you know, we didn't budget for that, but we would we ask you for the support. They show up, and and what is really impressive is that even if they're donating, the service is always So it's not like, you know, they're donating
mediocre service.
Mediocre. No, it's always, always.
I can definitely testify to that because I've been, you know, privy to some of these seminars and some of the things, and the food. Always good.
It's consistent.
Always,
so we're really grateful.
Always good.
We're really grateful. We're really appreciative to these sponsors. and corporate partners who've been there and who continue to be there and to support us. We're really grateful. So hats off to you. And we're looking forward to continue partnerships in 2026. And of course, like I said before, the new partnership. So for the people, the corporate sponsors, the people who in a position, the small business owners, if you're in a position to support in any way, and it doesn't have to be financially, we need support in all other areas. Give us a call, 440-9903. We're on Instagram, Grenada FA. We're on Facebook, Grenada Football Association. And yeah, we're really excited. 2026 is a big year. Big year for football. It's also our election year.
That's quickly approaching.
It's quickly approaching. In June, we're not sure of the date as yet, but sometime in June we would have elections, and we have people running hopefully for new positions. Hopefully, we have the current executive remaining, or maybe possibly a new one. We don't know. But what we could tell you is that what we've seen for the last 4 years has been really commendable. It's been positive.
I'm really looking forward to see what happens, come the elections and what happens after, because it's important for the Grenada Football Association and for football in Grenada that we have a really smooth transition regardless of what happens, because we have definitely been on an upward trend in terms of development of football and everything that's happening in football in Grenada. So we need that to continue. We definitely need that to continue. So we're looking forward to elections.
Yes. Yeah, so at this point I'm going to exit for a bit. I'm going to leave Javon to continue, and I'm going to grab a few of the players who are vying for individual awards and possibly 2 corporate sponsors who would be able to
come and have a chat.
Yes.
Okay, so that was Renee with me, and like we said, tonight is a very special night. It's a night where we get to celebrate and appreciate the players and the staff and the teams and everybody who has really done a good job with ensuring that we had a really good season here. And so the divisions that would be awarded tonight, first and second division, the Women's League, and of course the Premier League. So we'd have players, we'd have team prizes, and so many other different awards that we would give. Award categories include Golden Boots, we have a Coaches Award, Best Midfielder, Best Defender, Golden Boots Award, Fair Play Award, People's Choice Award, Emerging Male and Female Footballer of the Season, and we're also going to give some, like Renee said, some tokens of appreciation to some of our corporate sponsors. We'll also be giving the Championship Awards to the winning teams in each division, and of course that's a really big thing. And so it's a really special night. Like I said before, we're here at Pier 57. Pier 57 is always a really nice place to be. I see people are walking through and they're looking so nice. Can't wait to speak to a few of them and hear what their thoughts are and their feelings and their assessment of the previous season and what they're looking forward to for the season to come and years to come for the development of football and football on a whole in Grenada. So we await the presence of some of the players, corporate sponsors, even maybe the president when he's here, so we can have a nice little chat with him. All right, guys. So, as mentioned before, we'll be speaking to some of the invited guests and some of the persons who are here with us at Pier 57, the lovely Pier 57, this evening for the 2025-2026 Grenada Football Association's award ceremony. And with us, we have Mr. Worm, who's representing Coca-Cola, and they're one of the Grenada Bottling Company, and they're one of the corporate sponsors. And like Renee and I were talking about before, they definitely give generously year after year towards the success and towards the running of the Grenada Football Association competitions and all that happens, and even here tonight. How are you feeling tonight, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm enjoying the night and atmosphere.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But you look quite sharp.
Thank you.
Quite sharp in your suit, yeah. And so, Grenada Bottling Company has always answered the call to support football and to support what happens at the Grenada Football Association. What ideas and what things can we look forward to in terms of partnership coming forward in the future as it relates to football and Grenada Football Association on a whole?
Well, we will definitely be on board to all participating events that we are basically exposed to. But indefinitely we are enjoying being the proud hydration in terms of our Powerade for the athletes, and I think that it has grown tremendously within the past few years, and it has been accompanied by that support from the GFA. Within the couple of years, we hope to actually do a little bit more in terms of being there for the athletes, growing and developing sports on the island, and just continuously, being a part of GFA, because it has been growing in recent times, especially with the help of Mr. Marlon Glean. He's been doing an excellent job.
Definitely.
And just to look forward to actually whatever great things that they have on board, because they have been doing some great things. Because I've been to did you go to the Jamaica game?
Yes, I was there.
It was amazing.
It was a really
so
good
things
game.
like that, we
really
love to see they amount into just a beautiful aspect of growing sports in Grenada. It's definitely reviving. Won't you agree?
I would definitely.
So yes,
definitely
that's basically where we're at, and we would like to continue that partnership to actually grow, not just GFA, but all the other sports that we have on island.
Definitely. Yeah, sports is definitely key, and it's important in the lives of especially our young people. So to have sponsors, who give so much is definitely appreciated. In terms of your impact that you've had as a sponsor, are you pleased with that thus far? And I know you mentioned wanting to do some more. So what ideas do you have in terms of doing that?
Well, we would like to actually be on board in terms of any international games mainly, but local games throughout, because at the end of the day, the local persons is who stays here and actually supports our company. But it's definitely along that line, ensuring that anything that they have as it relates to hydration, we are the #1 in terms of an isotonic, which will be Powerade for now. Yeah, because we're definitely interested to actually do more, and we have reached out in terms of having conversations along that line. But we will continue, and it's going to be something that we grow and implement, not just for now, but for the future.
Definitely. Yeah. So in terms of here tonight, what are you looking forward to for tonight?
Boy, to be a little bit more cool, it's hot. Yeah, but definitely I'm very interested to see how this event turns out, because it's beautiful. The atmosphere is very beautiful.
Is nice. Yeah. So thank you for speaking with us tonight. So you can have a drink and cool off yourself.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one. Enjoy. So that was Mr. Worm, representing Grenada Bottling Company, of course, corporate sponsor of the Grenada Football Association. And so now we have a very special guest who's going to join us.
Big boss.
I don't think I need to introduce him. I think everybody would know who he is, but for formality's sake, he is the president of the Grenada Football Association, Mr. Marlon Glean. Welcome, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you, Javon.
You're welcome. Looking quite sharp today.
I try sometimes.
You tried very well. So, I mean, you've been the president of the Grenada Football Association for some time now. I want to think this question must have been asked to you for quite a while. How does it feel being the president of the Grenada Football Association? So many good things have been happening. football in Grenada and across Grenada Football Association on a whole. So how does it feel being at the helm of all the good things that have been happening for the past few years?
It's always an honor to be tasked with the opportunity to lead, and in particular to lead in an area that you're passionate about, that you love.
Definitely.
And I cherish it. I believe it's it's not by luck, it's not by design. I think it's one of those things where you do the work, and at some point you're asked to take up leadership, and it's a simple mandate that you have to lead and lead well, and that's what I'm guided by. I'm guided by the faith that our clubs, our people, and even the wider community of Grenada has in me to ensure that we can do a lot for our young people. While this is a Grenada Football Association, I see this as even wider. I see it as an opportunity to help our young people to develop and grow and realize dreams, not just in football, but whatever career, whatever they see themselves in the future. And I'm happy to play a part in the development of our young people.
Definitely. So, like I said, a lot has been happening from since your time taking over the Grenada Football Association. Do you have any reviews in terms of, especially the past season, in terms of some of the projects that you would have done? So tell us about the last season, your thoughts on that, and of course you can also tell us about ideas and plans that you have for the future, especially for this year.
No, last year was a momentous year for football in Grenada. It's probably the most historical year in the history of Grenada football. Last year we got a friendly match to start the year. We got a friendly match against Russia. Normally, Grenada would never get a friendly match against a team in the top 50 or top 100 of FIFA ranking.
Right.
Here we are, getting an opportunity to play against a Russia ranked 34 in the world, with all of their best players, and a friendly match where we didn't have to put anything up.
Yeah.
Where Russia actually paid for all of our expenses to get there and play a match which was historical. First time playing on such a momentous occasion. But additionally, it gave every boy and every young man an opportunity to feel like they've realized their dream. It was like a World Cup for a day or two. And that's where he started. And thereafter, Grenada became global. So we were getting calls from all over the world to play matches, friendly matches. Nice. A matter of fact, because of the tone we set in Russia, we've already gotten an opportunity to play in Africa for the very first time in March.
Nice.
So in 1 month time, we'll be heading to Rwanda to play in what we call a FIFA series, a tournament organized by FIFA. And they would have invited teams from around the world. We were fortunate to be one of the teams, and not just being invited to a FIFA series, but FIFA, in collaboration with the government of Rwanda, the president of Rwanda, one of the leading presidents in Africa, Paul Kagame, he's opening a brand new state-of-the-art stadium, and they've invited Grenada, little Grenada. Grenada is around 164. The other countries that are there are Rwanda, 130. Estonia, 129, and Kenya, 113.
Right.
And then Grenada, 164, getting that opportunity to play in competitive matches with these teams.
That's huge.
But going back into 2025, we broke ground on a technical center, something that's been talked about since 1999. The development of a technical center for Grenada. Grenada is the only country in the Caribbean that doesn't have a technical center. And we broke ground, and in the next couple of days, you'll see work happening at Simul, so that we can develop a modern technical center so that our young boys and girls can continue to develop their football. But last year also, we started the primary school football.
Yep.
This is the first time we've had primary school football on a national level in over 8 years. So we felt that we had missed out on a layer of development. Our primary school kids were now going into secondary school and were lacking the fundamentals in terms of their development. So now they're going into secondary school at Form 1 and Form 2 and Form 3 and unable to play on the secondary school team.
Yeah.
So what that primary school competition does is it prepares our kids at 9 and 10 and 11. So by the time they enter secondary school, immediately they can play on the various school teams. But last year also we had 3 of the most competitive competitions in the history of Grenada football. Our Premier League went right down to the wire.
Definitely.
Our First Division went right down to the wire. On the last game of the First Division, any one of about 4 or 5 teams could have been promoted. Congratulations to the 2 teams that eventually got promoted. But at any point, 5 teams could have gotten promoted on the last day of the match.
That was good. That says a lot.
Second Division, again, very competitive. What we've also been seeing is a new movement in terms of people are coming out to watch the matches. If you watch Guelph, Victoria, Pantene, Paradise, people are actually coming out to watch Grenada football. So there's a rejuvenated effect in terms of people are leaving their homes in the nights and coming to watch football. But also, what we saw again, for the first time in many, many years, Grenada is playing more and more international matches. We played 4 friendlies last year, and we went 10 places up FIFA ranking. We were stuck on 174 for many, many years, and we went from 174 up to 164.
That's a big jump.
This is a jump of 10 places.
That's a big jump.
And with that jump also, it allows for countries around the world to take note. We're no longer operating in a small little bubble in Caribbean and in Windward Islands and in OECS. Now we're open to playing matches on the world stage. We're already having conversations right now about who do we play in June.
Right.
And we have options that we're working on for a big match in Grenada in June. But more so, based on the project we're doing, we relaunched the National Grassroots Program. And we've already started a second edition, which started last Saturday.
Right.
The last time we did it, last year, we were trying to get up to 4,000 to 5,000 boys and girls.
Right.
We got to about 2,200. But this time around, we are going back at it again. And our plan and our hope is that we can get 4,000 to 5,000 kids everywhere in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique playing football every Saturday and every day. Because the more football they play, the faster development goes and more opportunities for them.
Definitely.
We've continued to provide support to our young boys and girls as they take up scholarships in the US. We've been providing financial support to over 25 of our boys and girls who are currently studying in the US. And we continue to advocate and provide more opportunities for our boys and girls to play in the United States, because we know for some of them they may never go on to play professional football. But at a minimum, if they can get a degree from playing football, then we believe it's a victory for Grenada. Definitely. And it's a victory for Grenada football.
Definitely.
But finally, we've been called all around the globe to talk about Grenada football. I've made appearance in Hong Kong to talk about what we're doing in Little Grenada. In Africa, I went to Kenya a couple months ago, and I had to speak on what we were doing in Grenada in terms of grassroots and youth development. And how can what Little Grenada is doing, how can it be reflected all over Africa?
Right.
In Africa today, there are a lot of academies here and there that you have to be really good to get into. But the rest of the country, they're football crazy, but there's not much opportunities to play. So I had to show as to the model we've developed in Grenada and how we're trying to impart it around the world. I was asked to speak at one of the major events in Miami, Soccer X.
Right.
Soccer X is a gathering of all the leading stakeholders in football. And I was asked to talk about Project Grenada and what we've been doing in Grenada when it comes to development. And how are we creating pathways for our players to come from 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to get to professional football. Right. Then finally, I was asked to speak at a forum in Trinidad, a conference with all the major businesses in Trinidad, from Marcy to Exxon to Shell to Digicel. Every major company in Trinidad was in that room and was asked to speak about the business of football and how is Grenada treating with the business of football and not just looking at the sport of football. So I had to present to these individuals as to how does business and football work and show as to how does the Grenada model fits into it.
Right. Right. So we've had quite a mouthful there of a lot that has happened, especially in 2025 as it relates to football in Grenada, across the Grenada Football Association, and I think we have a lot to be happy about in terms of the way that we're moving in an upward direction. I mean, we see our football in terms of the quality of the football that we're playing. We're definitely playing a better standard of football.
Indeed.
We saw it even in the loss against Jamaica the other day, and I think before that game we had a win streak of about six games.
Six games.
6 games.
Last year we played 7 matches, and the only game we lost was against Russia.
Right.
After the Russia game in March, we went on to win 6 straight games until we lost to Jamaica last week.
Yeah.
But not just the senior national team that is doing well. If you look at all our youth national teams, our girls under 17 just won the girls Windward Islands tournament recently, and now they're in Nicaragua. And what we've been trying to do is have our national teams training year round. No longer are we sending teams to train 2 weeks before our tournament. Now, from 1 year in advance, teams are training over and over and over. And now, we've even gone to another step. They're not only training for the year, but we're giving them friendly matches to prepare them for when competition starts. So our girls under 17 played in a Windward Islands tournament, and now they're in Nicaragua. Our boys under 17, we send them to St. Vincent, played 3 matches, and soon they'll be going to Guatemala.
Right.
Our under 20 national team was in Trinidad this weekend. And right after that, they're off to Nicaragua in the next couple of weeks also.
Nice.
So now our teams are playing 3 and 4 and 5 friendly matches before they even touch the competition.
That's good.
Before, in Grenada, we send our players to competition, and they play 3 matches, they lose, and they come back home.
Yeah.
Now they're prepared for an entire year before they can go to competition.
Definitely. So preparation is definitely important. Preparation is key. Speaking about preparation, you also mentioned June in some of the things that you were saying. This year is a big year for the Grenada Football Association in the fact that it's also an election year. I think the election is also going to be sometime in June. Are you looking forward to that? Are you going to contest the elections again? What are your thoughts on that?
You know what I've been saying. I put myself up to trying to take the football to another level 4 years ago, and I'll be going up again this time around. But if at any point Grenada and Grenada football and the clubs believe that there is some individual who might have more scope than me, who has more knowledge than me, who has more experience than me, who has more reach than me, if at any point someone comes along, I'm willing to step back and bow gracefully and let that person take it from there.
Right.
I am not going to fight for position and try to do a mediocre job. If I'm not effective, I would say to the club, please do not vote me in. If I'm taking the football from one level to the next level, then continue to grow with me. Because if I'm taking Grenada along, I would expect the support from the clubs. I would expect the support from the government and the people of Grenada to continue, because, again, as I said, football is not just about the sporting side of it. Football is about the business side of it. How do we provide opportunities for players to play professionally, to get scholarships, to get university degrees? So if at some point I am not delivering, then I expect and I would beg the clubs, please do not support me.
That's it.
But what I've done over the last 3 years, I think we've done more in 3 years than anybody has done in the history of Grenada football. And we continue to do more. This is the first time in the history of Grenada football that Grenada will be playing in Africa. First time, history, that we'll be playing in a tournament. And it's a FIFA tournament. It's not just we're going to play a friendly match. We're going to play in a FIFA tournament that FIFA is promoting like a World Cup, that we're going to be playing in Africa on the African soil for the very first time. And there's more to come. Because in June, I can guarantee you, we're going to have a big team. I'm not going to talk names yet. We're talking to a few names. We're going to have a big team in Grenada in June. And election is coming, and I'll leave it to the people. If at any point they believe I'm not good enough, that's fine. I step back. If they believe that I'm doing a good job and they want me to continue, then I continue.
Definitely. So, like Mr. Glean said, you can look forward to a lot that is going to continue happening at the Grenada Football Association. Look out, especially for that one big game. He didn't say who that team is going to be or who that country is going to be just as yet, but expect something big or some big things to continue happening in the year 2026 and beyond. Tonight is a special night, Mr. Glenn. It's a night when we award and we appreciate, and we just show some love to the players, the teams, and basically all the stakeholders affiliated with the Grenada Football Association. Pier 57 is a lovely place to be, man.
It's beautiful.
It's a lovely place to be.
And it's set up. It's an amazing site inside. I went in to take a look when I walked in, and it's an amazing atmosphere. But it's very important that we do events like these. It's very important that we honor the players, the supporters, the sponsors for what they've done and what they've given to the football over the year. Prior to us coming in, this hasn't been done forever in Grenada football. But we've taken the football to another level. What we've done is to ensure that our players, our supporters, our sponsors can feel part of celebration of football. And we've come to a very nice place, and we expect that it's going to be a really good night, and it's something that we have to do.
Yeah.
We owe this to our players and our sponsors and our clubs. We owe this to them because they're the one doing all the hard work over the year. So at the end of the season, to just say there is a winner here and there, and then we move on to next year, I think that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
So we ensure that every year at the end of the season, we have a nice celebration. We celebrate all the achievements and all the hard work from the previous year. And we want to continue to do that. We want to continue to grow it. We want to make it bigger. Every year is bigger than the last year.
Yeah.
If you look at what we've done last year we started in GBSS.
Right.
Now we are Pier 57. And we continue to grow it out because our players need to feel appreciated. If they don't feel appreciated, then they're toiling in vain.
Yep.
So we have to, reward them. We have to make them feel comfortable and make them feel appreciated.
Yeah, definitely, and I agree. And incentives like these, and this bit of appreciation or show of appreciation is what would allow the players and everybody involved to want to come back year after year and even put out more and to do more for football in Grenada and the Grenada Football Association on a whole. So, Mr. Glenn, I don't want to keep you for too much longer. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
really nice
Jawan.
speaking with you.
Take care.
Have a
Thanks.
good one, man. Enjoy.
Thanks.
All right. So that was the president of the Grenada Football Association, Mr. Marlon Glean. Had some interesting words, and he said a lot. We have some things to look forward to, and I believe that he's pleased with what is happening currently at the Grenada Football Association. It's a lovely event. The atmosphere is really nice here at Pier 57. People are strolling in, looking lovely, of course, and we get ready in a few minutes to start the award segment, and to just enjoy, celebrate, and appreciate everybody who is affiliated with the Grenada Football Association and for leaving their mark on last season and for everything that they've done in previous times. We look forward to everything that is going to happen in the future as it relates to football in Grenada and everything that's going to come from the Grenada Football Association. That's it.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the 2025-26 GFA Awards. My name is Jason Skeet, and
I am Gary Simpson tonight. Forget a short thing for the night, right?
and for the folks above 40, you can feel free, comfortable saying short leg. If you are under 35, it is Mr. Simpson.
Yeah, we'll go with Mr. Simpson tonight.
We'd like to welcome you to this award, and before we go any further, we'd like to start with a protocol list.
Yeah, well, at this moment, we want to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Delmon Thomas, Minister for Youth and Sports.
Mr. Marlon Glean, the GFA President.
Mr. Carl Lee, the General Secretary of the GFA.
Mr. Bernard Wilson, the President of the Grenada Olympic Committee.
Mrs. Vida Bruno Victor, General Secretary of the Grenada Olympic Committee.
The GFA staff.
Awardees.
Referees, assessors.
Match commissioners.
GFA affiliates.
Special invited guests.
Service providers.
Online viewers.
Everyone. Our sponsors. Ariza Credit Union.
Nexa Credit Union.
Caribbean Alliance.
Caribbean Grenada Limited.
NAWASA.
The National Lotteries Authority.
Nirvana Health Spa.
PEGS Enterprise Limited.
Blast CBN Grenada Limited.
Wagiti Rental and Song Company.
LL Ramdani and Company.
Answer Coating Grenada Limited.
And Antillian General Insurance Company. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
And with everything that we do, ladies and gentlemen, we must give the Lord Almighty some thanks and praise. So I would like to invite, at this moment, Mr. Randy Campbell, the GFA's Executive Committee member, to lead us in a word of prayer. Mr. Campbell. Ladies and gentlemen, could you stand, please?
Let us bow our heads as we reverence God's presence. Almighty and Heavenly Father, we give you thanks, we give you praise. We thank you, O God, for this opportunity whereby the association can come here tonight to celebrate great achievements. And Father, we thank you for each and every one of us here. We pray, O God, that you would be in our midst, direct each event here this evening, O God. And just at the end of the day, Father, we pray that you will get all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise. This I ask in your most precious name.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem. The national anthem will be performed by Mr. Terence Andre Skeet on tenor. You may be seated. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025-2026 GFA Annual Awards. A journey that would have started back in 1924 when the GFA opened its doors. The vision of not just playing football, but for the governance and the structure of a sport that has meant so much to so many, that has given so much to so many. Under the leadership of folks that you would remember the names, Ambrose Phillip and George Maguire, Ashley Ram folks in recent times, Chenny Joseph, and now under the leadership of Mr. Marlon Glean, a role he accepted back in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, this GFA organization is poised for great things. Under the leadership of Mr. Glean, in recent times, we've seen the introduction of the grassroots program, the introduction of the summer soccer program, the reintroduction of the club structure, opportunities for players and coaches abroad, increased workshops and courses for clubs members, and a whole lot more. The list is very long, and it would be unfair for me to go through this list this evening in its entirety. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get right into it because we're just about 5-10 minutes late with our start. And we do apologize for that, but I am quite sure that you folks were having fun.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker for tonight, the Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Thelma Thomas.
Thank you, chairpersons. Good evening, distinguished guests, President and Executive of the Grenada Football Association, honorees, athletes, coaches, officials, sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly a pleasure to be here yet another year as we celebrate excellence. I want to begin by commending the Grenada Football Association for its unwavering commitment to the development of football at all levels. Your consistency, resilience, and vision, particularly in challenging times, have kept the game alive, growing and relevant across our communities. One of the most significant and encouraging developments has been the return of organized primary school football competition. This is a major milestone for our children across the Tri-Island state. And also, grassroots development is where the foundation is laid, where talent is discovered early and with values such as discipline, teamwork, and respect are first instilled. By reintroducing the football at the primary school level, we are not just developing better players, we are shaping better citizens. This progress has been made possible through the strong collaboration of the Grenada Football Association, the Ministry of Sports, and the Ministry of Education. Together, we are ensuring that football is once again part of the school experience, giving our young children structured opportunities to play, learn, and grow through sport. I also want to commend the GFA. Just earlier last year, because it's a new year, we saw the sword turning ceremony to signal the start of the technical center in St. Andrew, and so we want to commend you. I want to commend you also for the partnership and for the relationship we shared in 2025. I look forward to even greater relationship as we strive to develop football across our Tri-Island state. As a government, we recognize that meaningful investment in sport must start at the grassroots. That is why we remain committed to supporting programs that expand access, strengthen school competitions, and create clear pathways from the schoolyard to the national stage. Tonight, we are here as we award the athletes and the groups and the clubs and organizations who have performed tremendously well over the last period under review. I want to commend you, commend all the team, individuals for your hard work, your dedication. You will inspire the next generation, watching from the sideline and dreaming of one day standing where you stand tonight. Let us continue to work together, associations, school, communities, and government, to ensure that Grenadian football continue to rise. We have a number of young footballers studying abroad, and so we want to commend the GFA for leading in those initiatives. As the ministry, we have committed, and so when I had discussion with the president, and he identified that there were children who needed additional support from the ministry standpoint, we came and we assisted in ensuring that we paid tuition fee for some of the students who had difficulty. So we merged together with GFA, who are paying some, and we paid some, and we continue. We will continue in 2026 to assist our children, because you see, brothers and sisters, we cannot only celebrate when the goals are scored or when we win the competition. But if we want true development, then we have to put our monies where our mouth is. And so we know that education is the key. Even football has a short lifespan. And so we want to ensure that while our children can play football, we provide them with the enabling environment where they can thrive academically. And so from the ministry standpoint and from government standpoint, we are committed to continue to provide the necessary support to our young athletes who are studying abroad and those who are here. We are working with the GFA also to have the small goals at different playing field. And so I want to commend you again. So the truth is, from the government standpoint, we're saying lots are happening. And in GFA, I can also say real things are happening. And so I want to commend you. I look forward to the collaboration in 2026. And tonight I say congratulations to all. Let us continue to work for the development of sports and youth development across the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. Please give her another round of applause, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is one that is known for not having a limit when he gets warm. So if perchance you find him going off, bear with him. He's my good friend, I can say that. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's accolades and what he has done for the sport is almost endless. And it would be unfair for me to just list a minute portion of what he has done, even not just as the president, but even in his days of playing football and at the administrative level regionally and internationally. I want to invite the president of the Grenada Football Association. Please put your hands together for Mr. Marlon Glean.
Thank you, Jason. Good evening. And welcome to this, our 2025-2026 annual award. Now, do not take tonight just as the GFA presenting some prizes to some of the guys who played the football, some of the girls who played football last year, some of the teams, some of the clubs. This is much more deeper than the awards. What we are doing today is celebrating our young people, celebrating the individuals who would have toiled, who would have sacrificed, and who would have played the sport at a very high level over the last year. It's very important that we take this event seriously. This is not just an opportunity to socialize. This is not just an opportunity to meet familiar folks and have a drink and enjoy some good music. This is an opportunity for us to celebrate all the efforts and energy, not just from the GFA, but from the fans. There were fans who would have traveled with your teams throughout the length and breadth of Grenada. There were fans who ensured that your bus was ready. To the bus drivers, to the individuals who would mark the fields and cut the grass so that we can play. This is our opportunity to celebrate 2025. And celebrate we need to do because last year, 2025, was probably the biggest year in football in the history of Grenada. 2025 brought us as far as Russia. 2025 gave us an opportunity to play in front of the world, to play on the global stage. If you look at Grenada football traditionally, Grenada football has been a Windward Island football, a Caribbean football, an opportunity to play outside of the Caribbean only when we're mandated to play in competition. But 2025 gave us an opportunity to show the world and show the globe that Grenada football is not just a regional football team. Grenada football belongs to where the rest of the world are playing. So we went to Russia, and I know I was criticized because everybody looked at playing in Russia from the political side. And Grenada football is not about politics. Grenada football is about playing football. This is what we're here for. And giving our young people to play at the highest level. And if the highest level means taking us to Russia, we went to Russia. And we went and played a Russia team that was ranked 34 in the world. We were ranked 174. We played a Russia team that hosted the World Cup as recent as 2018. We played a Russia team that reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Little Grenada with a full local team, with players who played in the cold 26 degrees Fahrenheit for the very first time, with players who saw snow for the very first time. We played a Russia team that retired the captain against Grenada, Little Grenada. We played a Russia team and stood up to Russia. For the first 35 minutes, we could have been up 1 or 2 goals. We played a Russia that after the game, notwithstanding they just beat us 5-0. We played a Russia team with a stadium packed, 35,000+ people, who stood up after the game and celebrated Grenada. That stood up, gave us a standing ovation, and recognized our players for the work they put in. A little Grenada playing in the cold for the very first time stood up against the mighty Russia and gave them a game. And with that, the entire stadium stood up and celebrated us for more than 20 minutes. But we didn't stop there. Last year, our senior men's national team, we got calls from everywhere. We got called to play in Malta and in Malaysia. We got called to play in South Africa against Malawi and Lesotho. Recently, as recent as 2 weeks ago, we got a call to play Venezuela in Margarita on February 5th. So the globe has taken notice of Grenada football. We're no longer a Windward Island football team. The world is looking on what Project Grenada Football Association is delivering. And because of that, I was asked to speak about Grenada football around the world. I was asked to speak about Grenada football in Hong Kong. I was asked to speak about Grenada football in Miami at one of the biggest conferences of football stakeholders in the world, SoccerX. And the question was, what are you guys doing in Grenada that is so special? So then I was asked to speak in Kenya at the Africa Football Business Summit, where the Minister of Sports for Kenya was there, the President of Kenya was there, and I had to deliver on what Little Grenada was doing with its grassroots and youth development. And I was asked as to why can Grenada and Africa do relationships so that we can share what we've been doing with Africa. Mind you, 99% of African football is ahead of us in FIFA ranking. But I was asking Kenya, how can we share? And the president of Kenya, a very good friend of mine, Hussein, is asking me every day for support as to how do we drive the football forward. And then I was asked to go to Trinidad. And I was asked to come to Trinidad to speak with every major company in Trinidad and Tobago. From Exxon, to Shell, to Massey, to Wassa, to Digicel. Every major company was in that room, and I had to speak about the business of football and how does football from Grenada, how do we do business and football, and how do we see them correlating? And after my speech in Trinidad, every company in Trinidad and Tobago came and greeted me individually and pledged their support to football in Trinidad and Tobago. And the president of Trinidad and Tobago was not in the room, but as I said to him after, if he was sitting at the back of the room with a pen and a paper, easily after my presentation, he would have picked up at least $5 million because all of them pledged that they were going to start investing in football in Trinidad and Tobago. But it goes greater than that. The government of Saudi Arabia has asked me to come to Saudi Arabia in May to talk about Grenada football. Little Grenada football. So no longer we're a little football country. We're a big football country doing football in a little island. And we're going to continue to show the world that Grenada belongs at the top of football. So we're going to Africa. We're going to Rwanda in March. 2 years ago, FIFA started the FIFA series. And the time I heard they started the FIFA series, I literally begged and wrote and called and said, hey, Grenada needs to be in the FIFA series. 2 years ago. And the only two teams that got accepted from the Caribbean was Guyana and Bermuda. And they said to me, the FIFA series is going to be back in 2 years. Try again. And you can ask Mr. Lee. He's somewhere around. We were sitting in Miami last year. And they just announced that they're going to do the FIFA series in 2026. And one of the first countries on that list was Grenada. And not just because I was begging, but because now Grenada is a name in international football. So in March, we're going to Rwanda. And we're going to play a tournament in Rwanda, one of the major tournaments FIFA has put on the calendar. So FIFA has the World Cup, and they have the Club World Cup. And now they have the FIFA series, that they're promoting it all over the globe. Every time you go online now, they're talking about the FIFA series. And Little Grenada, we rank presently 164 in the world. And we're going to Rwanda to play in a tournament against Kenya. Kenya is ranked 113 in the world. We're going to play against Estonia. Estonia is ranked 129 in the world. And we're going to play against Rwanda, 130 in the world, 130. But it goes deeper than that. Rwanda And Rwanda's president, Paul Kagame, is one of the most notable presidents in Africa. And Paul Kagame, President Paul Kagame, is opening a state-of-the-art, brand new stadium in the capital city of Kigali. So he went to FIFA and he said, I want a FIFA series in Rwanda. And I want to make sure we can have the most competitive teams come and play in Rwanda. And Little Grenada, 164 in the world. We were one of the first teams on the list. And we go into Africa, not just to compete, not just to show up. We go into Africa to show up and win matches. We now have an appetite for winning matches on our senior men's national team. Last year we played 7 matches. And last year, the only team to beat Grenada in 2025 was Russia, ranked 34 in the world. Only team. We won 6 matches and lost 1 in 2025. 2026. Jamaica needs 2 more matches. They need to win 2 more matches to get into the World Cup this summer. And they're looking for a friendly match to prepare the team to go to the World Cup qualifying. And who did they call? Jamaica could have called any country in the Caribbean. They could have called any country in the world to ask for a friendly match to prepare them to get into the World Cup. But they called Grenada, Little Grenada, they called Grenada because they know that when they leave Grenada, they'll get a proper test to know where they are before they go into matches in March. So while Grenada was preparing for the FIFA series, Jamaica was preparing to try to get into the World Cup. And this is the World Cup, the biggest event for football in the whole world. And Jamaica chose Little Grenada to prepare for qualifications for the World Cup. In June, we have right now a list of teams we're talking to that wants to come to Grenada to play us here. Big teams. Not St. Vincent, not St. Lucia, not St. Kitts and Antigua. No disrespect to them. There are some big teams in the world that are talking to us for games in June. It's too early to disclose. But for the rest of the year, a lot of major stuff is going to be happening with football in Grenada. But that's enough for the senior national team. No longer are we using the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks to prepare for a competition. Now, every national team, presently 7 national teams are training throughout the year for competition. So yesterday morning, our girls on the 17 team went to Nicaragua. And let me tell you about them. And I want you to pay attention. Our girls on the 17 team who just left yesterday for Nicaragua, this will be our best youth girls team in the history of Grenada football. A couple weeks ago, we hosted here Windward Islands under 17 girls competition. And our under 17 girls was victorious. But not only that, we also sent our under 15 girls inside of the tournament to give them some preparation for tournament in August. And they also did very well, including beating Dominica. So pay attention to our under 17 girls who are presently in Nicaragua, because come next week, they're not showing up to show CONCACAF and show the world that we're just here to make up the numbers. We're showing up here to win matches. And we will be competitive when we get to Nicaragua. But our boys on the 17 team, They've been training year-round also, and we've sent them to St. Vincent right before Christmas to play 3 matches. A St. Vincent that defeated our under-17 team last year in Grenada. We went to St. Vincent and played 3 matches against St. Vincent and beat them in 2 and draw 1 game. And then there's our under-20 team. Our under-20 team, boys team, who will be our next national team. They came back from Trinidad this morning. They're preparing for CONCACAF qualifying in the next couple of weeks. But again, our preparation this time around is not training for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and going to competition. Our preparation is training for a year and then playing friendly matches on top of that, so that we can be ready to play competitive matches when we get to Guatemala, Nicaragua, under 20. Last week, I had the honor to represent Grenada in the signing of an MOU with Mexico, Mexican football. The Mexican president is a very dear friend who been supporting us informally over the last 2 years. Mexico over the last 2 years has sent the best referee development officers to Grenada 3 times to help with the development of our refereeing. And I know everybody in this room, every match, the first people you hear about is our referees. And I feel for them sometimes because they actually try. But every club in this room continue to bash our referees time and time again. But we continue to provide all the support. We continue to provide the development because refereeing is one of the key pillars in our development. Without good referees, we have bad matches. With bad matches, we have bad players. So we have to make sure our referees are properly equipped and are ready to execute good matches. So Mexico would have sent referees, development officers here 3 times last year. So the MOU we signed last week is not just showing up to say we have an MOU. We're actually doing an MOU to ensure that both sides, and Mexico is not doing that just because we poor Grenada and they want to help us. No. Mexico understands the influence and the importance of a relationship with Grenada, little Grenada. Mexico understands as to what we can do for them, not just what they can do for us. Mexico understands that this partnership is mutual understanding, it's a mutual agreement that they take, we take, they give, we give. So Mexico is not just trying to help poor little Grenada. Mexico is investing so that when they invest, they know there will be returns coming back from Mexico. We launched the National Grassroots Program last year. And our aim was to get to 4,000 or 5,000 boys and girls playing football around Grenada. And we tried. And we fell short. We got to over 2,200 boys and girls in 25 centers around the country. So now we know where we went wrong. This time around, we started it last week. And our intention is to go back after 4,000 to 5,000 boys and girls. So Track and Field Association, Olympic Association, and every association in Grenada, every boy and girl should be playing football over the next couple of years. Every boy and girl, every Saturday should be playing football. Where's Mrs. Victor? Every boy and girl should be playing football in every corner of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique over the next couple of years. Because Grenada is a football country. Notwithstanding Kirani and Anderson. Where is Anderson? He's supposed to be here somewhere. Notwithstanding the exploits and the excellence we've had in track and field. But Grenada is a football country. And over the next couple of years, every boy and girl is going to be playing football. So FIFA recently started an arena project. An arena project where they're building small artificial turf pitches around the country. Around the world, sorry. FIFA plans to put 1,000 small artificial turf pitches around the globe. And Little Grenada has already got approved for 3. So in the next 2 weeks, an artificial turf will be built at the St. John's Anglican School in Guelph. An artificial turf pitch will be built in Soubise. An artificial turf pitch will be built in Carriacou. And we're going to FIFA to get 2 more. So far, they've promised one for PT Martinique. But we have small artificial turf pitches all around Grenada. So when our boys and girls come from school, they can put their bag down and walk literally minutes away so that they can play football on a proper. And those of you who has Google, those of you who have smartphones, you can see what the FIFA Arena project looks like. It's a proper, professional, very elegant, small pitch that all of our young people around the country will have the opportunity to play and play freely. We're continuing to take football outside of Grenada, outside of our shores of Grenada, outside of the Caribbean. And I say this without any apologies. Grenada is no longer a CFU and a Caribbean and a Windward Islands and an OACS football team. We're no longer. Grenada is a global football powerhouse. We may not be in the World Cup today, but I'm telling you, the globe is watching at Grenada football. And that is why I'm asked. And I'm not asked to speak about Grenada football because I'm Malanglean. I'm not asked to speak about Grenada football because anything special about me. I'm asked to speak about Grenada football because the world is watching at Grenada football. And it's not taking only me to do this. It takes every individual who are toiling. The club in St. Patrick's, and the one in Sab, and the one in Bellevue. These are the individuals making this football happen, not me. All I'm doing is facilitating the efforts. So when Grenada national team does well, it's not Malanglean. It's the efforts of our coaches, of our players, and our sponsors. For too many years, Grenada football was like a very unattractive proposal. And nobody wanted to be associated with it for too many years. Now look around the room. We're finally starting to see sponsors coming on board. The country, the football in the country is no longer tainted. There is no fighting anymore. Football is progressing and progressing smoothly. So companies are coming. Look around the room. You'll see individuals who are not footballers. They're not coaches. They're not managers of teams. They're sponsors. And they're here because they're watching at what we're doing and want to be associated with what we're doing. And I cannot recognize all the sponsors without first identifying Glenelg. Glenelg came to us and said, hey, we like what you're doing with development. Let's do a major contract. Not a, can we do this game? Not a, can we do this event? Glenelg came in and sat with us and discussed how do we do a project for 2 years that will lift our players, that will ensure our players are refreshed, that will ensure our players get the necessary fluids during training, during competition, during meetings. So now the entire GFA is flooded with Glenelg water. Thank you, Glenelg. Now you can go out and start buying some Glenelg water. Glenelg understood the importance of a partnership with Grenada Football Association. Glenelg saw way beyond just being a contributor to a national team game. And so we now have a 2-year partnership. And then Seasons, answer quoting. Seasons understood what partnering with Grenada Football Association means. So Seasons has come on board, and Seasons has sat with us, and now we have a proper contract with answer quoting or Seasons Paint. I'm not sure how they like to be called. I'm still trying to get used to it. Seasons understood the importance of partnering with us. So now, if you look at our building, if you look at our nice, attractive building, it's painted, complements Seasons Paint. And to all the sponsors, thank you very much for being here today, but it's not enough. To all the sponsors, thank you very much for your contribution, your financial support, to making this event a very rewarding one, because you're actually contributing to the celebration of our young people. Football, as I said before, over and over, football is not about playing a game. It's not about the sporting side only. When you contribute towards the Grenada Football Association, when you contribute towards football, you're actually investing in the young people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. You're actually contributing towards the safety of your homes and your community and your country as you go forward. Because when you invest in these young people today, in 5, in 10, in 15 years, you do not have to see a Richmond Hill packed with individuals. You don't have to see a St. George's with vagrants. You do not have to see areas of Grenada that visitors wouldn't want to visit because we are a tourist destination. So you're investing in the future of your country. You're investing in the future of your homes. You're investing in the future of yourselves. So, sponsors, thank you. Thank you for today. But let's sit down and discuss, how do you invest further? We should not be taking our development funds to contribute towards the winners of competition. We should be taking our development funds and putting back into development of football, in grassroots, in competitions, not to prize monies. I'm tempted to call some companies' names, but I'm going to change my mind. And I'm seeing one somewhere at the front somewhere, and she's smiling. But companies in Grenada, please look at us as an extension of you. Because we know you're helping in other areas of development in the country. But when you work with us, we're going to fast track and fast forward that. Because if you look at us, we're probably about 10,000 strong, from grassroots to under 13, 14, 15, 17, 20, and senior national teams. We have about 10,000 strong. And I want to talk about the government today. Minister, how are you? Minister and I have sat down over the last year, and we've discussed. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to be short. I'm going to finish soon. We've discussed how do we move football with the support of the Ministry of Sports. And how do we support some of our players? Presently, we have about 27 players, local homegrown players in the US at different colleges. And every day they're calling for support. And we understand that they need some support, and we give them financial support. We've been providing financial support to all of our boys and girls who need it whenever they call. And the minister and I have been discussing about how do we provide some support from the ministry side together with what we're doing from football. And how do we continue to improve grassroots? How do we continue to improve our primary school competition? So thank you, Minister, for listening, for welcoming the conversation. And I'm grateful that we can continue to move forward together, the ministry and the GFA. And finally, Our football has moved away from just a sport. Our football has evolved into this global recognized product. And I want Grenada to not take this lightly. This didn't come by just playing 2 matches on a football field. This came by us rebranding the GFA. This came by us changing the image of the GFA. And now the world is watching. The world is taking note. And look for us in Africa next year. And look for us in every corner of the globe as we move forward. To the awardees, do not take this lightly. What you have done, the efforts you would have put in over the last year, we're now saying thank you to you for the efforts, the energy, the investment, the sacrifice that you would have put in over the last year. To all the awardees, congratulations. To all the sponsors, thank you. And thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you guys should stand up and give Marlon Glean a better round of applause. Everybody stand and give Marlon a round of applause. This guy knows football, and you can actually see that he knows football. I don't know when is the next election for the GFA, but I can safely say the clubs, the managers, sponsors, let us leave Marlon Glean right there. You agree with me? Everybody agree with me? Let us leave Marlon Glean right there. Let he continue to do what he does for Grenada football. And as we say, Grenada football is on the rise. Mr. Glean, thank you so much once more.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did say before he started, and my teaching tells me to be forewarned is to be forearmed.
And he told me earlier on he was going to I will only give a shy. I will give a 5-minute speech. Something had to be wrong with my watch. A man stand up and talk without a paper for 45 minutes. Give him a round of applause again, though. Without a prepared speech, 45 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to move into the actual awards, what we're here for tonight. What I will do, I am very big on giving credit where credit is due. So I would let the stronger of the two of us move the podium.
Do what you want, man. Do what you want.
You have to use your foot too. Yeah. The short one. Short leg. Yeah. That would work. Thank you very much, Mr. Simpson.
All right. So let's get it right. You have to push it back a little. Huh? All right. So we good there now?
You can see the people. You want me to drop it? Drop it?
You tell him I shot it. Yeah, I believe it. 2 of us shot though. The both of us shot this, you know? Do it. So, we're ready to go straight to the awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first award for the evening. This evening we celebrate the talent, the dedication, and the sportsmanship that made the season a most unforgettable one. And we begin with the second division competition awards. The Golden Boot Award. We now invite Mr. Carl Andel. He's the executive committee member of the GFA, the first vice president. Mr. Carl Andel, please put your hands together for him. Right here, right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Boots Award for 2025-2026 Second Division competition has been awarded to Erasto Ross of Bulldogs FC. He has led Bulldogs to the second division, placing second, I think, in the second division. And now they've been promoted to first division. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Arasto. He scored 17 goals in his entire season, making him the highest scorer across all competitions. Thank you very much, Mr. Andel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next award is the Golden Gloves Award. That will be an award for the goalkeeper for the 2025-2026 in the second division. And this is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority, and will invite Ms. Cindy Henry, the General Manager of the NLA, to present this award. Ladies and gentlemen, and the winner of this award is Mr. Denzel Baptiste, Willis Youths FC. Thank you, Ms. Henry. Yeah, thank you so much. The next award, the Best Defender Award. And the next two awards are sponsored by PEGS Enterprise Limited. I would just like to invite Ms. Antoinette Joseph, the representative, to present the awards. Also, Mr. Pegs is here, so. The Best Defender Award for the 2025-2026 in the second division competition is awarded to Mr. Akim Kutain, South Stars FC.
Stay right there, Mr. Charles. For those of you who don't know, I was actually shocked when they said to me that Miss Antoinette is not going to be here, but Cecil Charles. And I'm trying to figure out, who is Cecil Charles?
Nice name, eh?
Nice name. Ladies and gentlemen, the Best Midfielder Award. The Best Midfielder Award for the 2025-26 Second Division competition. This has been awarded to Ronnie Thomas from the South Stars FC.
So South Stars got the best defender and the best midfielder. So that means South Stars is doing something great. Give South Stars a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles. And for those of you viewing online, even our international viewers, when the president spoke earlier of what they've been asking him, what has been happening in Grenada, and why is Grenada football on the rise, I have a little secret that I would share with you, for those of you enjoying the broadcast online. It's called white yams, breadfruits, cocoa tea, fresh fruit juices, and Grandance Beach. If you don't have that combination in its entirety, you would never understand what is happening in Grenada and Grenada football being on the rise. That deserves a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Coach Award for 2025-26. I would like to invite Mr. Ricky Williams, the Executive Committee member of the GFA, to present this award. Mr. Williams. And Mr. Williams is actually the parish director of St. Patrick's. Ladies and gentlemen, the Coach Award for the 2025-2026 Second Division competition is awarded to Douglas Kutain, South Stars FC. And I just said it a while ago, South Stars is doing something great. Best midfielder, best defender, and now the best coach in the second division. Give them a round of applause again. And South Stars is at the South, so they're utilizing Grandin's Beach regular.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams is in line for the Best Dress Award for the night. The Fair Play Award. This has been sponsored by Ariza Credit Union, and we'd like to invite Miss Raylene Lazarus. She's the marketing manager for Ariza Credit Union to present the next award. Miss Raylene Lazarus. Well, Miss Lazarus is not with us, so Mr. Lee, Carl Lee, the General Secretary of the GFA, will do the honors. And the Fair Play Award is presented to South Stars FC in the GFA 2025-2026 Second Division competition.
Wow.
We now invite the representative for South Stars to receive the award. Ladies and gentlemen, South Stars FC, the Fair Play Award.
As I said before, South Stars is doing something great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the awards for the second division. We now move over to the first division. And we go start off with the Golden Boots Award for the first division. And this award is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority. I would like to invite Ms. Henry again, the General Manager, to present the awards. And ladies and gentlemen, we actually have a tie for the Golden Boots Award for the first division. And the winners are Rashid George from St. Andrews Football League and Devontae Battis, Fontana United FC. Devontae Battis and Rashid both scored 14 goals each. And last season we had 2 winners from the Premier League, but this year we have 2 winners from the first division. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay with us, Miss Henry. Don't go yet. We still have some more stuff for you to do. The Best Defender Award in the first division. This division is also sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority. Ladies and gentlemen, the Best Defender Award for the 2025-2026 season, first division competition. It goes to Devontae Felix of the St. Andrews Football League, SAFL. Devontae Felix, SAFL, the Best Defender Award in First Division competition. Thank you very much, Ms. Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still baffled by his name, Mr. Cecil Charles. Where is he? Cecil. Cecil, we need you up here one more time. Please, thank you. He doesn't know the name Cecil Charles. Pegs. Mr. Charles is also in line for the Best Dress Award for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the Best Midfielder Award. This category, of course, sponsored by Pegs Enterprise Limited. And the Best Midfielder Award in First Division 2025-2026 from the St. Andrews Football League, Rashid George. Of course, Rashid was named in the Golden Boot, scoring 14 goals in that division. And he's a midfielder, which means he does a lot of running. Thank you very much again, Mr. Charles. The next award would be the next set of awards, obviously sponsored by Answer Coating Grenada Limited. And we'd like to invite Mr. Tevin Mahorn, the marketing manager, to present these awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Gloves Award, or we just say in local terms, the best goalkeeper for 2025-2026 First Division competition is awarded to Mr. Javon Downs, St. Andrews Football League. And now for young goalkeepers, man. Give him a round of applause. And the next award, the Coach Award for the second division. No, that's the first division, 2025-2026. And this award goes to none other than Mr. Leon Kalish, St. Andrews Football League.
Ladies and gentlemen, we still have some more awards. The Fair Play Award. The Fair Play Award. And this goes to Honved FC. And we'd like to invite Mr. Joel Kalis, the representative from Honved, to accept on the behalf of the club.
And Mr. Kalis is the current manager of the Grenada senior men's team.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahorn.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the awardees of the first division. And we move into the Women's League.
Well, this award is sponsored by Nexa Credit Union. And we'd like to invite Mr. Raleigh Duncan, the GFA Executive Committee member, to present these awards. Mr. Raleigh Duncan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Boot Award for the 2025-2026 Women's League is awarded to Ronelia Bob of Paradise FC International. Ronelia is currently a member of the national senior women's team, scoring a total of 12 goals, so it's 12 goals this season. And she plays forward. She's well known for her speed and analytical skills on the field. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the Golden Globes Awards. And this award is sponsored by Wagiti Renters and Son Company. I would like to invite Ms. Magnolia Bonard, the representative, to present this award. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Rashida Henry, Paradise FC International. And this is Rashida's second consecutive win in this category, ladies and gentlemen. She's presently a member of the senior women's national team also. Thank you, Ms. Bernard.
The Coaches Award is sponsored by Antillian General Insurance Company Limited. Antillian General Insurance Company Limited. And we do have a representative here from Antillian Insurance Company. Ladies and gentlemen, the Coaches Award for 2025-2026 Women's League is awarded to Miss Shakira Collymore. Shakira Collymore of Paradise FC International.
And this is also Miss Collymore's second consecutive win in this category, ladies and gentlemen, and our second time coaching Paradise FC International to victory.
Thank you very much, Miss Verdine Charles. Did I get it right? Verdian Charles. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Miss Cindy Henry. Cindy, if you could just take a nice seat at this time yesterday. Yeah? The next award, the next two awards, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority. The Best Midfielder Award. And the Best Midfielder Award for the 2025-2026 Women's League is Abigail Williams, Queen's Park Rangers FC.
Don't go, Cindy. Stay right there. Don't go. Because if you walk back, then I'll have to ask you to come back again. So stay right there. The Best Defender Award, ladies and gentlemen. The Best Defender Award in the Women's League for 2025-2026. Please put your hands together for Carlette Daniel of Paradise FC International. So someone is collecting on her behalf. Carlette, wherever you are viewing, congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Henry.
It is her second consecutive award or win in this category. And she's well known for her ability to strengthen the back line, and she leads by example. And she's not here, but we're going to say it even in her absence. Congratulations again. We move to the big boys now, ladies and gentlemen. This is time for Premier League action. And the next three awards are sponsored by LL Ramdani and Company. And now we invite Mr. Ryan Boyd. He's the representative of the company to present the next three awards. Mr. Boyd is also in line for, you guessed it, the Best Dress Award for the night. So you can look at a man and know when his wife dresses him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Glove Award. The Golden Glove Award, Premier League 2025-2026. Please put your hands together for Shaquille Charles of St. John's Sports Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the Best Defender Award in the Premier League for this season. And this award is presented to Mr. Kimron Marshall, St. John's Sports Club. Ladies and gentlemen, the best midfielder in the Premier League. And this award goes to none other than Charmaine Williams, St. John's Sports FC. Thank you very much, Mr. Boyd. I do hope that you win the best dress award tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move to the Golden Boots Award. The Golden Boots Award, the next few awards will be presented by Ms. Jamila Lewis of Nawasa. She is the Assistant Manager Communications to present these awards. Ms. Lewis, thank you very much. The Golden Boot Award, ladies and gentlemen, this award for 2025-2026 Premier League season. This award goes to Joshua Isaac of Paradise FC International. Joshua scored a total of 11 goals in the season. He's also a player of the senior men's national team. He plays right up front as a striker. And last season, Joshua was also a contender for the Sabre Award. However, he went back to the drawing board and returned, this time with some zest. He was denied last year. He would not be denied this year. Congratulations again, Joshua. The Coaches Award, ladies and gentlemen, the Coaches Award for the 2025-2026 Premier League season. This award goes to Mr. Jerry Alexis of St. John's Sports FC. And I don't have to say it, but you can say it too.
Yeah. His wife. That's a lady's touch. The color matching and everything, that's a lady's touch. Wife, you could know when their wife dressed them to come outside.
Not just a wife, a good wife.
Yeah. Before they say it, my wife dressed me too. Yeah, I take it in front too. Do you still dress yourself though? You could know that though. Based on how you tie your shoelace, your wife won't let you tie your shoelace like that though. So no, she was not home. She went to the supermarket. They just take the clothes and they put it on. Nothing wrong with that, though. Sometimes we got to do what we got to do, though. Next award, please.
Yeah, that's all right. Have your fun. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fair Play Award. This Fair Play Award goes to the St. David Football Club for the GFA 2025-2026 Premier League season. We now invite Miss Tanisha Victor from St. David's FC to accept this award on the club's behalf.
She is in line too, Jason, though. She is in line for the best dress tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to inform you that we do not have a male or a female category for the best dress. Thank you very much, Ms. Lewis. We know who leading. And we know who leading? Yeah, we know who leading. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to just make sure we allow you to enjoy not just our company, but what the GFA has in store for you tonight. And just before we go any further, they told me that there's a container of some sort.
That's it, right?
With some numbers. Do we have that here?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. A glass
So
and
I
tape.
think everyone got a ticket on entry. Everyone got a ticket on entry.
So this is
Everybody
the time.
didn't get it. Everybody didn't get a ticket. So that means if you didn't get a ticket, you're going to miss a golden opportunity right now.
Well, if you didn't get a ticket, it means that you snuck in.
Because once you come in, you're supposed to get a ticket.
So if you don't have a ticket, please identify yourselves. Security? And we would invite someone to, well, first of all, the person who doesn't have a ticket. So I'll go to one of these ladies here because we don't want you guys pulling your own numbers. So can I ask you to just come right to the fore? Because I don't want anybody saying that, you know. You have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes. You have to close your eyes. You have to close your, no, hold on. You have to close your eyes and feel for it. Yeah? Because we don't want, right? No, you have to close your eyes and feel for it. And if you're the, thank you very much. If you're the holder of ticket number 1763, 1763. But I have to verify this, or no? Yeah. No, this is a 5, brother. Now they 765. All right. Thank you very much, sir. They say we should do another one. Should do another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go and let her close your eyes and feel no, Papa. You guys.
So you come though. So close your eyes and feel it though.
Yeah, well. Oh, it's 100.
1,000.
100, boss. 100.
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
767.
100.
767. Anybody have that? Wow. Let's make sure. Yes, that's correct.
Bernard, sorry.
Wow.
I had money on my mind.
Wow, I'm going to leave this here, though. Let's be honest to it.
No, this has to go back over there because
So
we have
the
to do
lady-
it again.
Yeah?
This has to go back over there because we have to do it again and,
Oh, you have more tickets to come in there?
yeah, we have to do another one later on.
All right, so this is the first one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move into the People's Choice Awards. Congratulations to our winner, Moboiso and Lady in Red. This award, the People's Choice Award, is sponsored by a Riser Credit Union. And Miss Lazarus is not with us, so we're going to invite... Is she here, Miss Lazarus? So we're going to invite Mr. Carl Andal. He is not Miss Lazarus by any means. He is the first vice president of the GFA. And the winner of the Arisers People's Choice Awards, that's a tie, VJ Valsin and Abigail Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for them. The People's Choice Awards, sponsored by a Riser Credit Union, VJ Valsin and Abigail Williams. And Brendolyn Williams will collect on behalf of Abigail. Thank you very much, Mr. Andal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the championship awards. We now invite GFA's president, Mr. Glean, to present the next set of awards. And Mr. Glean, when you come to present the award, you don't need to talk. You just hand them the award and don't have nothing to say. Anything you have to say to them, you go say it the next time, please, okay? Just want you to know, okay? So Jason, kind of keep the mic away from him, right? GFA's second division competition 2025-2026. This set of awards will be sponsored by Carib Brewery, Grenada Limited. So we're going to ask the coach or a representative to collect on behalf of the teams, all right? The third place, second division, Willis Youths FC. All right, so I didn't know you guys will be getting your checks one time tonight. So all you got to do, you just go to the back to Renee, and you're going to sign the voucher and collect your checks one time. So you have nothing waiting to collect your money, all right? So you're getting your monies one time tonight.
Second place. Put your hands together for Ball Dogs FC. They were promoted to first division. The championship award, second place, Ball Dogs FC. Ladies and gentlemen, first place, championship awards. We're doing second division competition. First place, South Stars FC, promoted to first division as well. South Stars FC.
And as I said, the club's collecting their monies one time tonight. So you just go to the back, you finish. And ladies and gentlemen, South Stars has been promoted to the first division.
Stay with us, Mr. Glean. Stay with us. Don't go. Ladies and gentlemen, GFA First Division competition. This is sponsored by Blast CBN Grenada Limited. In third place, put your hands together for Fontenoy United. Do we have the coach?
Any representative from Fontenoy? Legendary Craig. Ladies and gentlemen, second place. Ladies and gentlemen, second place, first division competition. Put your hands together. Honved FC. And Honved has been promoted to the Premier League. Honford has moved up to the big ranks.
All right. Okay. This best dress award thing tight tonight, boy.
Yeah. Based on the colors, he had help.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had help based on the colors. Yeah. You know the president not in the best dress competition, yeah? Yeah, the president.
Ladies and gentlemen, GFA First Division Competition 2025-2026. The winner, put your hands together for the SAFL, St. Andrews Football League. And they've been promoted to First Premier League. And it is a long time in coming. They've waited just over 2 decades for this. And so SAFL being promoted to the Premier League, coming out on top in the GFA First Division competition.
You realize every time you say somebody or team from St. Andrews, there's a lady inside here just cheering on St. Andrews. You realize, eh? We will say who though. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the Women's League. And this awards are sponsored by the Antillean General Insurance Company. Third place, Women's League 2025-2026, Queen's Park Rangers FC. Second place, Women's League, SAFL, the St. Andrews Football League. Ladies and gentlemen, the first place, Paradise FC International.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move to the GFA Premier League for the 2025 season. And this category is sponsored by the Caribbean Alliance Grenada. Caribbean Alliance is a registered insurance company earning the highest awards in insurance, longevity, consistency, exemplary standards, and financial stability. They've always been a part of the GFA, and now we like to ask the coaches forward to receive the awards on their club's behalf. In third position, Hurricane FC, Hurricane SC, a total of $40,000 prize money, and there have also been some increases in the GFA's Premier League cash purse. $40,000, third place, Hurricane SC.
Ladies and gentlemen, second place in the 2025-2026 Premier League, Paradise FC International. And they will be presented with a hefty check tonight of $60,000.
It's also good to know that the Paradise FC, they went into this year's competition as the two-time defending champions. And so they've been very consistent in those parts. Paradise FC International. Ladies and gentlemen, they played their skins out. They played their hearts out. They played with purpose. Every game was like a final game. Even when I took the opportunity to look at them play, every game was like a final game for them. They treated every game as if this one is the one that really matters. And in 2025, 2026, they walked away with the coveted title of Premier League champions for the first time in a very long time. With a check of $100,000 to be presented to them, please put your hands together for St. John's Sports FC. He's singing like a man who knows he has to walk to the back and collect a check for $100,000 for his club. Please give him a round of applause. Premier League champions 2025-2026, St. John's Sports FC. Mr. Glean is going to be with us for a while, because he spoke for 45 minutes, and he had us all there waiting on him. So he is going to be right there right now. But the following businesses, we're dealing now with the Corporate Partners Awards. And GFA, as Mr. Glean said, GFA could not have done all of this without the help of corporate support. And corporate support is important in any single thing that we do in Grenada, particularly when it comes to sports. And the following are the businesses who would have consistently supported the Grenada Football Association. They have shown their great understanding and exemplary partnership and support, and this assisting the GFA to consistently achieve their aim to develop football, to develop young minds, to develop superstars. And for this, the GFA is eternally grateful and would like to award the following companies.
And the first company tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Grenada Bottling Company Limited. The representative from the Grenada Bottling Company, Mr. Kimby Worm, is here to collect on behalf.
We'd just like to say that the GFA offers its sincere appreciation to you and your company for the unwavering support and unvalued partnership, valuable contribution, partnership with the GFA.
The next company, ladies and gentlemen, Supreme Graphics Design. Representative from Supreme Graphics. So somebody from the GFA just come. Any member of the GFA just, oh, we have someone here. Oh, Supreme Graphics.
Your continued commitment plays a vital role in the growth and development and success of the GFA and football.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the next company, Triple Bay Resort. She's in line for the best dress, though. Yeah. Properly attired tonight, though.
I'd just like to let you know that your contribution continues to help strengthen the foundation of the game that we so love as we pave the way for future generations.
And the next corporate partner, Grooms Beach Villa and Resort. Anyone here from Grooms Villa? Someone is coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen.
And the next company, Glenegg Spring Water. I really like to thank you for your contribution towards the FA, Glenegg Spring Water. Ladies and gentlemen, Going Places Travel. I almost didn't recognize who it was. Wow, is that you? Wow, you're in line for the competition too. Ladies and gentlemen, Point Celine's Hotel. And we have Maria here with us tonight. Good night, Maria. Ladies and gentlemen, Creative Chef. Ladies and gentlemen, Tropical Catering Services. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Glean. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the special awards for tonight. I would like to invite the Honorable Delma Thomas to present the next two awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next two awardees will receive gift certificates, compliments, Nirvana Health Spa. Youth Inspiration Award. honoring his dedication and outstanding service to football in the area of refereeing in the 2025-2026 season. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ronaldo Charles. Outstanding Refereeing Award for his exemplary performance as a FIFA referee. Through his presence on the local and international matches, he continues to proudly demonstrate the powerhouse that Grenada is on the global stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this award goes to none other than the icon, Rion Radix. Thank you very much, Madam Minister. We'd now like to invite Mr. Randy Campbell. Mr. Campbell is the chairperson, the referees chairperson, to present the FIFA referees official pins.
The first, we now like to have the official opinion of our FIFA referees who was certified by FIFA to receive international assignments. These referees met strict fitness, performance, ethical standards. First on the list, Rion Radix. Mark Manaman Bido. Mark is here, Rihanna. Ken Thomas. Cassie Phillip. Clinton Daniel is the next one, but he's not here with us, so his package will be delivered to him, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Campbell. And the next awards are sponsored by Blast CBN Grenada Limited. I'd like to invite Ms. Christel Cumberbatch, the Store Operations Manager, to present the next few awards. The Emerging Male Youth Player for GFA's 2025-2026 football season is presented to Raheem Raybon. Ladies and gentlemen, this award recognizes talent, hard work, determination, growth, commitment, and passion for the game, and recognition of a promising future. Give Raheem another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He played at the national under 13, under 15, and under 17 levels. Currently plays for the National Under-20 boys team. Made his debut for the National Senior Men's team last year. All right? This award, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause again.
So we were just informed that the sponsor for Nirvana Health Spa, Mr. Thomas, is here with us.
Oh, Mr. Joe, both Mr. and Mrs. is here, though.
Yes, and they have to present the awards to the special awardees, the folks who won the special awards. That's Mr. Rion Radix and...
oh, the referees, huh?
And Ronaldo. And the reason for that is they actually do have gift certificates to be presented to them. So we're going to get to that in just a little bit. All right, we're just informed. So we're going to get to that in just a little bit. So, ladies and gentlemen, the emerging female youth player for 2025-2026 season. And this award goes to Miss Abigail Williams of Queen's Park Rangers. She played at the under 13, under 15, and under 17 levels. She's currently playing for the national under 19 girls team. A member of the National Senior Women's Team, plays for Queen's Park Rangers as a striker, and she was awarded the Golden Boot winner in the Star Mall Secondary School competition. Very instrumental in McDonald College earning second place in the tournament. Thank you once again. Now we'd like to invite Mr. Thomas and also Mr. Rion Radix and Ronaldo Charles, because we do have certificates to be presented to them. Rion Radix, put your hands together for him one more time, and Ronaldo Charles. Thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen, both Abigail and Raheem were awarded Male and Female Footballer of the Year through the Grenada Olympic Committee. So give them a round of applause, please. I feel we could give them a dip again. We could go and give them a dip again, no?
A dip?
Yeah, somebody wins something again.
Gosh, Lord. Short legs say a dip and all he have me thinking about is Granite Beach, you know. You have to be more specific, you know, partner. All right, so we're not going to use any of these ladies here. We're going to ask the president. Mr. President? Now, you ain't closing your eyes and feeling it, Papa. You going quite out so and dip this thing. The last time somebody closed their eyes and feel for something, I get a text message from my wife asking me what happened in the awards. 100822. 100822. The person holding ticket number 100822. Going once, going twice. 100822. Gone. Mr. Glean. You no reach? Yeah. Oh, she wasn't paying attention. And she in line for best dress tonight, you know. 100822, that is correct. Short leg, you dip this one.
Relax.
No, you go ahead, One. Come put a whole bunch of things, just one.
The last three numbers, 7, 8, 9. The last three numbers, 7, 8, 9. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Nobody has it? 100789.
Short leg hand in lucky, man. Yeah, short leg hand in lucky.
You take one for yourself now.
We had to come by the minister. Oh no, you have a number. We can't do that. Conflict of interest. The Vice President. Ma'am. The last three digits, 7, 6, 5. Mrs. Andel has just pulled 7, 6, 5. Let me check this. Hold on. Let me check this, Kapai. Feel your bride dying walking here tonight, you know. Come see this. 100. Yeah, that you there. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the formal part of this evening, we've just pulled the curtains down on it. We'd like to ask...
Not Mr. Glean, eh? Yeah, Alan can't talk again for the rest of the evening, though. Yeah, that means we can go leave here.
We'd like to say thank you very much to all those of you who answered the call to attend this gathering. And of course, bigger and better things to come from the GFA. Obviously, we have left 2025 behind us, and we're looking forward to 2026. And when we come back here again, we hope to see and add to the list of Ariza Credit Union, Nexa Credit Union, Caribbean Alliance, Grenada Breweries Limited, Caribbean Grenada Limited, Nawasa, National Lotteries Authority,
Nirvana Health Spa, Pegs Enterprise Limited, Blast CBN Grenada Limited, Wagiti Rentals and Song Company, LL Ramdani, Answer Coatings Grenada Limited, Antillian General Insurance Company.
And of course, as Mr. Glean says, never forget Glenelg Spring Water because of the invaluable contribution that they would have made. Ladies and gentlemen, the formal part of the evening has just come to an end, but we'd like to invite the members of the winning team to come forward in the Premier League, the members of the winning team of the Premier League. If you're here with us tonight, just come forward. There are photo ops. We're going to do photo ops with everybody and all the winners. Thanks again for being a part of the GFA 2025-2026 National Awards on behalf of everyone who had attended. The minister,
I would like to say a special good night to the PS of Culture, Tourism. Ms. Desiree Stevens is here with us tonight too. Good night to you, Ms. Stevens.
All the winners of the various categories, all the league winners of their photo opportunities, and we need to document this. So thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you viewing online, we say thank you for joining us. It has been a wonderful evening. It has been a remarkable evening. Folks would have won. The GFA continues to grow under the leadership of Mr. Marlon Glean. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a good night. My name is Jason Skeet, and
Short leg. Ladies and gentlemen, do enter the rest of you guys' night. We have a live band, we have food, we have drinks, so let's stay and enjoy. As we all say, when this happens, football wins. Once again, congratulations to all our awardees tonight. See you guys again next year.
It happen, inside and out. Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.